will of God. Is there anybody in the house that understands that when you are a Christian, which means to be Christ-like, your whole total responsibility is to carry out the will of God? Now, if we're carrying out the will of God as a Christian, one of the things you'll find that we don't do, and that is that we're not majoring on the minors. You see, a lot of times we get so hung up on things as Christians, we find ourselves majoring on the minors. In other words, we can get so caught up on how we look on the outside that we don't deal with what's going on the inside. You see, my friends, that's majoring on the minors. And so we found out that as a Christian, to be Christ-like, to have the right characteristics, we've got to be of one mind. What is that one mind, you might say? Well, Matthew, the 28th chapter, the 19th through the 20th verse gives us our marching orders of what one mind should be. You see, my friends, your responsibility as a Christian is to go into the highways and the byways and compel folks to come into a personal relationship with Christ. You see, it is not for you to go somewhere and give your own agenda. It's not for you to talk about your own agenda, but it is about you carrying out God's agenda. And what God's agenda is that you and I that are like-minded are focused on winning people to the Lord. Now, if he was good enough for you, surely he ought to be good enough for those folks that are on their way to hell, those folks who are suffering and have no personal relationship with him. There ought to be some pep in your step that you ought to get to those folks that are going to hell and share with them the word of God.